Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm gonna review Roy. Is he worth to be used as your support? Let's take a look on his stats first. As a support, you need health, defense, and spirit. On those departments, Roy is really good. He has nice amount of health. His defense is lower than Ramza, but it's not a big problem because you have a tanker, right? And also, his spirit is really high, especially if you compare it to Ramza. I know Misty already here, so spirit may be not that important like defense, but still, spirit worth much more than defense because spirit affect the amount of your health and MP recovery from your songs. For passives, Roy has the most health boost. He gets health plus 30%, which is high considering he is only a support. Okay, he can also reach spirit plus 60% if he equip rope, and yeah, that's really good. For defense, he can get 50% if you equip cloth instead of rope. So like you can see here, Roy has really good survivability. But remember that survivability is not simply about defense and spirit. You need elements resistance, and this is really important, especially for Roy, who need to act on every turn to sing. Soleil, she is really good, okay, because she has all stopping elements resist: sleep, paralyze, confuse, and petrify. With those things, she able to keep dancing in the battle, and you don't need to worry about her equipment. But Roy, okay, if you don't have ribbon, then you will need to worry about elements resist when fight the enemies who able to do more than one of those elements. One element is probably not a problem. You can get that resist from Gel Ring, Black Choker, yeah, you get the idea. Two elements are still not that big deal because you get 2 accessory slot. But if more, then yeah, it's gonna be dangerous, okay? Actually, he has a silence resist, but it is really funny because he doesn't know any magic. At least he is a good bard because he cannot be silenced, right? Also, as a 5 stars base, Roy doesn't have that auto refresh, but learn that useless auto regen. So what's wrong with you, Gumi? Not Gumi, okay, Square Enix. This may be not a problem though, because he can recover his own MP. So in the end, Roy's stats is good but lack of gimmick features such as ailments, elemental resist, and other things. So enough about his stats, let's talk about his abilities. Let's start with his buffing skill. His best song is Victory to the Brave, but you cannot use it immediately. You have to start with Hero's Prologue and then use the next skill immediately to make the next skill available, and yeah, so on. That's why I show all 4 skills immediately on the screen. Also, if you dead by any means, you need to repeat all the skills from the beginning. At the beginning, you start with Hero's Prologue. Like I have said, this song is not bad at all because it boosts your essential stats, defense, and spirit. The health regen is also nice if you use a healer beside Ayaka or Tilit, because yeah, other than those two, you probably not able to fully help your party, okay? This will unlock Ares protection. Finally, this one will buff all your stats by 100% and gives you health and MP regen. So basically, at this point, your buff will be about the same as Ramza's Awakened Hero Shrine. That's not bad thing, but remember, this means you need 3 turns to be able to get the same benefit. Soleil also needs 3 turns to get all buffs on your party. Her buff is 20% better but doesn't have health and MP regen. However, remember that Soleil's buff have breaking capability. So yeah, I think that's about the same, okay? Which buff is better? I cannot answer that for you because your situations are different than mine. But I prefer Soleil because I already have Ayaka as my healer and MP battery. So I don't think I need that extra health and MP regen. But they are still nice, but just not needed that much, okay? The next song unlock is War of Gods. This one is good and finally catch up with Soleil's breaking capability. It breaks 40% of enemy stats, which is good. And finally, the last one, Victory to the Brave. The buff is increased from 100% to 110%. The break effect is also become 45%. At this point, his buff is, I think it is the best in the game. I don't mind 10% difference for getting top tier buff, health, and MP regen, okay? However, remember that this thing needs 7 turns, and if you are dead, then congratulations, you back to square one. Luckily, he has nice LB, and his LB buff your stats by 124%. Better health and MP regen compared to his Victory to the Brave. It also unlocks your Victory to the Brave, so you don't need to waste 7 turns to cast it. In my opinion, this is what you should strive when you use Roy. So many players compared his Victory to the Brave skills to Ramza and Soleil and seems to forget about this one. This LB needs 20 crystals, which is quite a lot. But if you have a hero who able to buff your LB fill rate, for example Aura, Wilhelm, or even Riku's pouch user, then I believe you can fill his LB easily and almost ready every 3 turns. And if you miss it, you can simply use your Victory to the Brave again because this LB also unlocked that song. I believe 5 turns, 3 turns from LB and 2 turns while on the Victory to the Brave, enough to refill his LB gauge. Make sure you max out this LB if you get Roy, okay? No need to make him into 6 stars as soon as possible because I believe you already have Soleil. So just wait until you max his limit burst first, okay? Because you need his LB if you want to use him. Those are Roy's best skill. He has other songs too. They are kinda niche though. Angel's Whim is a nice song which will boost your attack and magic by 100%. The bad thing is it doesn't unlock Ares protection. But this one can be useful for the raid or farming event when you want to one-shot the enemy. But on tough battle, Hero's Prologue should be the priority to use. Whimful Silence has 50% chance to inflict stop, so it may be useful for the arena, but I think simply bring DPS character, then it will be better than this ability, okay? However, it is all up to you. I only point the possibility here. The Twin Blade Beauty is gimmick skill dedicated to Lorraine. If you play Lorraine's story event, then it is obvious that Roy created this song to honor Lorraine. But in the game, I find this kinda stupid because remember, this is singing skill, which means Roy will be unusable for 3 turns for only 50% in peril. I think that's all you need to know about Roy's abilities. For equipment, I suggest to equip him with staff because there is rarely a harp with decent spirit. I also prefer robe than cloth because I have said it before, you want to have spirit because spirit affect your healing and MP regen skill. So basically focus on health, spirit and defense. Also, I have said that you want to have faster LB fill rate, but I don't think giving him LB regen passive is a good idea because yeah, he needs 20 crystals. So if you give him 4 ignorance, then it will make his spirit quite low. Okay, so yeah, 4 ignorance will guarantee you able to cast your LB every 3 turns, but really you need survivability. Okay, so I think simply pair him with LB buffer on your party, so Wilhelm, Aura or Riku's pouch. Okay, so enough about equipment. My conclusion for Roy, he is definitely a good support, but if you already have Ramza, then I suggest you to wait until his awakening before spending any tickets on this banner. Besides Ramza, Lunera also able to do the same thing later. Okay, so on Japan, Lunera's buff reached 90%, so yeah, not much difference. For free-to-play players, I think Soleil is enough for us because like you can see that Soleil's buff is higher than Roy's. So yeah, it is kinda compensate that health and MP regen. Also, even Roy able to break the enemies, I don't think you can rely on him because you still need to bring a breaker. Remember that you cannot use that breaking skills at the beginning of the battle. You can start breaking from the 5th turn, and that's probably already too late. Not mentioning if he die, then you need to reset and you don't have any breaker in your party if you don't have a backup. But since Roy able to have super high spirit, I think it is kind of hard to get Roy killed unless the enemy use specific targeting skill and you don't have a tanker to protect him. If you ask me, okay, which one is better, Soleil, Ramza or Roy? Then my choice is go to Ramza because Ramza doesn't need any setup. Simply cast and tada, 100% buff. Soleil and Roy are about the same in my opinion. It depends whether you need health and MP battery or not. Okay, like I have said before, if you are confident with your health and MP recovery, then Soleil is definitely better. But if you lack those things, you don't have Ayaka or Tillit, then Roy is better because he can help with your healing. I know that yeah, it is quite sad that he is kinda same to 4 stars B hero, but if you're able to survive for 7 turns or able to use his LB constantly, then I think Roy is the best, okay? Even better than Ramza. Roy Trust Master reward is also good. It is the best head for mage or healer, but I think it is not that worthy for your Trust Mughal. Simply, yeah, gather that trick head. Okay, I believe because team is only 3 stars hero, you can get trick head faster than this one. And remember that on Japan, Soleil is not as powerful in the global. So don't say Roy is troll or anything. Soleil is simply dark horse in the global version. So my conclusion, okay, I give Roy 9.5 out of 10 on first 2 turns, but after that he is definitely perfect 10 as a support. And if you're able to max his LB and yeah, build him or pair Roy with someone so you can cast his LB without doubt, Roy is the best, okay? 110% 24% stats buff is insane. So congratulations if you get him. So yep, I think that's all you need to know about Roy. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys!